Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Erica. I wanted to make this short video today. This is actually one video of what's going to be about 6 or 7 videos. I'm going to do a short series on what is wholesaling. Like, that is the most popular question that I get asked, and I get asked that very often. And how in the heck do you do it, right? In another video, I have described, given my definition of what wholesaling is. I'm going to just briefly go back over it. It's basically getting a property or a piece of land under contract at a deeply discounted price, and then selling your contract to the ultimate end buyer. That's the person that's going to actually do the work, the fixing and flipping, the building, or the fixing and renting. That's that person. We sell our contract to them for a fee, or at a higher price than what we actually have the property under contract for. And that's how we get paid there, right? In order to make wholesaling work, it's a simple process, but there are a lot of moving parts. And so each of these videos are going to be on the different moving parts. So the first moving part in this whole process is to actually generate leads and reach out to motivated seller or people that may have a property that they want to sell, right? So how do you do that? I'm going to give you guys my top 4 ways of marketing. Now, some of you or some people also say, hey girl, I don't have any money. How do I do this? Some people actually have money put back, and that's cool too for marketing or for generating leads. I actually do have funds allocated for marketing and pulling in generating leads rather. I even have 4 acquisitions people on my team right now. However, your girl loves some free stuff, so I still use a lot of free marketing strategies, or strategies that require a little bit from my energy budget or the energy budget of my acquisitions team. What's the energy budget? I don't want to be throwing out terms that you don't know the name to. So when we make any choice, right, we're giving up something. And from accounting, I've learned that's your opportunity cost. So if you don't have a big financial budget, like money-wise budget, and in that case, the money would be the opportunity cost. That's what you're giving up in order to generate leads. You have to use what you have. And for some of us, that's our energy, our time. So what are we trading to generate leads? We're trading energy and time. Energy and time are 2 of the opportunity costs. When I first started, I would handwrite yellow letters. And those are like letters that are traditionally, if you look these up, on like yellow steno pad paper, written in red ink. Why red? I don't know. Let's not invent the wheel. It's been working. But you write in red ink, dear seller, my name is Erica. I'm very interested in buying, and you even draw like the little dollar signs, your property at 123 Main Street. We pay cash, we close quickly, we'll even cover the closing costs. Call me back at 205-295-6149. That's actually my number. Call me here if you are interested in selling. And that's not my personal number. That's my Pat Live number, and that's an answering service that I use. But I don't want to get us off track. You don't need any of that stuff right now if you don't have that in your budget. So, like I said, I have money allocated for marketing and generating leads, but your girl loves the free stuff. So, today I'm going to give you 4 of my favorite ways to market. And some of them, I'll include the links in the description for some tools that I use in the event that that's the route that you want to take. But let's start with the free stuff first. I'm willing to bet that the majority of you watching this video right now have this little blue app on your phone. Yes, the Facebook, right? It is more than just keeping up with the tea or finding out what's going on or keeping up with your family. There's a little marketplace icon on Facebook. Yes, I said it. marketplace. That's one of my secrets, y'all. I just gave y'all that for the free 99. Like I said, I like free stuff. I'm often in marketplace and I'm looking for people that may have a house for sale. For sale by owners is our target audience typically when wholesaling. So like I said, Facebook, most of us have the app. Use it for just scrolling and looking at stupid videos or whatever. Reach out to sellers. You do have to kind of distinguish the other wholesalers or investors from the true owners, but it's totally doable. In addition to Facebook, some other great online tools for sale by owner properties are going to be Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, Craigslist. That's also a good one. So all of these are free ways that you can find motivated sellers or generate leads online, right? Energy budget. Number 2. Oh, and let's go back. These, number 2, these aren't quite free, but you can also find great properties to wholesale or to even keep as fix and flips on auction sites like auction.com. Forgive me, I have the hiccups. I'm so sorry. That's also a great option. So auction.com, we have Facebook, Zillow, and all the other ones that I named. Number 3, this is more energy budget as well. It's not quite free because you do have to account for the gas in your car, but I do have ways that I have made this kind of work out and be free. Driving for dollars. And no, you are not driving around in your car looking for Ben Franklin's just hanging around on the street. But by driving for dollars, I mean that you're driving a neighborhood, your target area, and you're going to be looking for properties that look distressed. How do you know they're distressed? Some of the telltale signs are going to be things like tattered blinds, tarps on the roof, unmaintained yards, overfilled mailbox, no mailbox at all. Another great tip is to ride on trash day. If you know your neighborhood and you're riding and it's trash day and that person doesn't have a trash can, it could be for a lot of reasons, but in most cases it's because for me it seems that the house is vacant. So no trash can means that the house is going to be empty. Tattered blinds, tarp on the roof. Now some people just live that way, and you'd be surprised as you ride, but those are some key indicators that the property may not be lived in. And you take that address down, and then you come home, you do your research, and your research is actually called skip tracing, meaning you look up the owner. And I have several systems that I use for that. When I drive for dollars, my favorite app is Deal Machine. I'm going to include that link in the description. If you use that link, you'll get some free stuff, and I will too, so that's great if you don't already have it. So that's a great app to utilize, and they give you like a 7 or 14 day free trial period if you use my link as well. But Deal Machine, I use that to drive for dollars. If you can't afford Deal Machine right now or don't want to use it for the trial period and let it go. Or a good old notepad, your cell phone, all the tools that you need. And like I said, driving for dollars does come with some cost, gas and whatnot, but I've done this before too. And like I said, I pull in 5 or 6 figures a month from wholesaling, but I am not above. Sometimes I'll either do, like, I haven't done this in a long time, but when I first started, I would do like the Walmart grocery thing. I would deliver groceries because it's in your area. Like, you just go pick them up at Walmart, and I would drive for dollars. And that way, I'm getting paid to ride, which would make that free. You also have your other, like, food delivery services. Those are just options if money is going to be an issue for you. That way, you can get paid to drive. So that's cool too. So driving for dollars can be free and low, or just very low cost, right? And how do you pick your market? Because I know I said you're going to drive in your target area. I also use this app called PropStream. That's like my second favorite app, if not my first favorite app. I'll put the link for that as well. It's really good, and you can search different areas and zip codes, and you can see how many cash buyers are in that area. My rule of thumb, if it has at least 1,000 or more cash buyers, that's a good place to start. Another way to do that for free without using PropStream, I like to search Zillow and look for houses for rent. And I'll put the zip codes in. If I see a lot of houses rented by companies, we know that investors are buying in that area. And it's kind of like Monopoly. You want to buy the block, right? So if they have a house for rent on 123 Main Street, and you see one at 125 Main Street that appears empty, if you get it priced right, the likelihood of that particular owner of 123 Main Street buying yours at 125 Main Street, it increases some. So that's a good free way to kind of just reverse engineer this thing to kind of get your target market for your area together, right? So far we've done online sources, auction sites, which is also online, and then we have driving for dollars. And another good thing about driving for dollars, before we go to my next favorite thing, the great thing about that is it kind of, sometimes when you pull the list, you're not the only one that's going to have PropStream or whatever. So it kind of makes your list less saturated in some cases. And so the sellers that you're reaching out to, or the potential sellers that you're reaching out to, they may not be getting hit up by so many other people who want to wholesale as well. So that's a plus to driving for dollars. It kind of makes your list somewhat unique. And then you can also find that when you come across those for sale by owner signs, those are gold. It's like hitting the jackpot, especially if it's newly put up and you're one of the first people to see it. I also like to drive for dollars. Like, I'm constantly doing it. When I'm picking up the kids, we'll take a different route home every day because for sale by owner signs pop up daily. And I don't know the exact hour, but I would say maybe every 3 or 4 hours. You never know. Somebody is new to put a sign up. Oh, that sign wasn't there yesterday. That's actually how I bought one of my recent flips that I'm working on. I had just let my son go back to school. COVID had hit. He stayed out the 3 terms. And I was like, okay, kid, you're going to go back. I think it's time. And, you know, it's good for everybody. Leaving his school, big for sale by owner sign in the yard. Called the guy. Went and met with him. We chatted for hours, and I was able to get the property under contract. This wasn't a wholesale. This is actually a flip that I'm working on, but like I said, driving for dollars. So that's a great way. And then another way that I like to generate leads is cold calling. And that's where you'll use something like PropStream or ListSource or some other list pulling site to pull a list. The popular ones are like Absentee Owner. Those are like the lower hanging fruits. You also have probate lists, pre-foreclosures and things like that. You pull a list, you have it skip traced, or you skip trace it yourself. This is however your budget is looking. You do whatever you need to do to get it done, but you skip trace it, and then you put it into a system. And you can either call. I have a calling system that I use. So it's a power dialer. I use that. And then you call the sellers. Hey, my acquisitions people actually call. I don't cold call as much, but it would, when I do, it's like, hey, my name's Erica. My company is actually buying 3 to 5 more properties in your zip code right now. And I was just looking in our system, and your house popped up as actually possibly being vacant. We're looking to buy, like I said, 5 more houses in the next 10 to 12 days. Are you interested in selling this property at 123 Main Street? And if I didn't say, how are you? It's been a long day. You always start with, hey, and the seller's name is going to show, or the owner's name. So we're just going to say Rebecca. So I would maybe call, we're going to redo this. I would be like, if a lady answers, I'm going to always assume that that's Rebecca on the line if a lady picks up. So we're going to say, ring, ring, ring. a lady answers, "Hey Rebecca, how are you?" Rebecca is going to be thrown off because you don't want to sound like a bill collector, because that makes people angry. I hate when I get the bill collector calls, or when I used to get the bill collector calls, or like the spammy calls. I hate that. So Rebecca is that's going to catch her off guard, and she's going to be calm. She's going to be like, "I'm good, and you?" "I'm doing fine. I know you don't even know who this is. You're trying to catch my voice, Rebecca. This is Erica. I'm actually with Davis Investment Solutions. We actually invest in real estate in your area." I was sitting here at my computer just taking a look in our system, and I noticed that your property at 123 Main Street might be vacant. If it's vacant, we are actually looking to buy 3 to 5 more properties in that area in the next 10 to 12 days. Is this house even empty before we keep going? And depending on how Rebecca responds, you go from there. But if it is, you just talk to her, and then you can either, get information on the condition. You want to listen more than you talk. The seller is going to tell you everything you need to know in most cases without you having to interrogate them like you're the police officer or something and you're trying to see if they committed a crime. They'll usually tell you. I've had just people go in, they'll say, I was living in the house, I just moved, I took a job out of state or whatever. It's been vacant. I've tried to rent it. This is the condition. I haven't had time to sell it. In some cases, they're going to tell you it's not for sale. But with each call, you just handle those accordingly. So that's number 4, is going to be cold calling. So right after that, you can also send marketing pieces in the mail. And this kind of goes with your driving for dollars, or you can mail out to a list that you pulled. On the Deal Machine app, you take a picture of the house that you think is vacant. It will then instantly insert that picture into a postcard, and it'll mail it out, and it'll auto mail, so you can just hit send and forget it. And I think it sends like every 14 to 21 days, depending on how you have it set, and it can send forever, or it can send for up to a year, or whenever you stop it. It's just how you have your system set. So those are my top 5 ways to generate leads. I hope that this has helped. Check your girl out next week. We're going to discuss what we do after we've marketed for some leads, and we brought some leads in. What's next? Once we reach out to the sellers and we get in touch with them, how on earth do we contract the property? Y'all don't know what to do. So come back next week. If this was helpful, give me a thumbs up in the comments, like the video, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Until next time, have a great day. Bye guys.